In this lesson, we'll discuss how you can help clients get distance from their automatic thoughts by identifying a cognitive error they've made. Any given automatic thought can be 100% accurate or 0% accurate or someplace in the middle. People tend to make characteristic errors in their thinking, especially when they have a psychiatric disorder. Now, it's not essential to label the kind of thinking error or cognitive distortion that a client is making, but it can be useful to help clients get some distance from their thinking. You should know that some of the categories overlap, and an automatic thought may contain more than one distortion. Next, Dr. Aaron Beck discusses how he first recognized cognitive errors or distortions that clients make.
One of the women that I was treating at the time, she actually was coming in for the first interview, and she had told me that she was really depressed and hopeless. And the reason for that, her husband had just gone off to jail and she didn't have any money. She had some children to support. And she then said, "Can you help me?" And I said, "Well, we'll work together and the two of us will help you with the problem." And I then saw a shadow go across her face, and I went on to another question. And I came back and I said, "You know, you look kind of sad," when I made that comment that we'll work together on this. And I said, the key cognitive therapy question, which is, what was going through your mind just then? And she said, "Well, I just thought you were telling me you weren't going to help me." And I said, "Well, it occurred to me, this is a distortion." And so now first I discovered there were automatic thoughts. And this was like the thought that she had, the flash thought I wasn't going to help her, but also was a misinterpretation. And so as I collected more material, I found that these patients were misinterpreting what I had to tell them quite a bit. And eventually I noted that the misinterpretations fell into a lot of categories. One was called selective abstraction, one I gave that name to, where they would take one little element and then see everything through just that one little element. Like one little mistake would seem to them to represent everything. Related to that was overgeneralization, and then I noticed they tended to have dichotomous thinking, that everything was either good or bad, up or down, and so on. And so I started to see that there were a whole series of cognitive distortions that were taking place, particularly in patients who were depressed.
Clients may have a number of errors in their thinking. Rachel's thinking contained a lot of cognitive distortions. For example, she made a lot of fortune-telling errors. I won't be able to do the homework. If I tell my teacher I haven't been feeling well, he won't be sympathetic. She also displayed all-or-nothing thinking when she thought everything at school is bad. She did a lot of mind reading, too. Our next-door neighbor thinks my mom is weird.